effect is stunning. As I'm watching, the effect is just stunning, how they pass by.
They so perfectly align those steps that you can't see the difference.
So, the filmmaking techniques used in the series Apollo 17.
Standing in the midst of the stunning Scottish wilderness for the past 2,000 years, these mysterious stone structures are a symbol of Scotland's unique archaeological past. Known as a Broch, the exact purpose of these iconic Iron Age ruins is still unknown.
Those biggies you see on the left, huh?
Visual reason. Yeah. Coming up, I was looking, and there are no obvious tracks coming down here. What's your shadow, Jeff? Yeah, I'll get it. Wait a minute. That gnomon is probably not... Well, that's right. You got stereo earlier. Yeah, I reset it. The gnomon was moved a little between the samples.
Okay, we copy that.
You need to take a vertical pan. Yep, I'm cutting it all. I'm getting it all. You getting a flight line? I'll get a flight line this way. Post-sample flight line. Okay, Bob, I'm on frame count 42.
Copy, 4-2.
Did you get a locator from here, Jeff? Yes. Okay. Okay, I got flight line on the north-south trend. Gene got east-west. Gonna get that sample under there? Yeah, we gotta get the soil. Hey, there might be an overhang. Hey, look at that. That rock is fragmented. Let's see, but it's east, it's south, east, northwest. There's a split. Yeah, that one right over there is okay. You want to get... Hey, did you want to get this? Yeah, I'll get that. Just fill it. You got it?
And
this is a fillet from underneath the rock.
Roger, and an update on the rake samples when you get around to it. We'd like to get one up on the massif slope as much as you can, if you can get over to it, and then the second one down near the rover. If you can get over to it, and then
Okay. Okay, Bob, this fillet is up underneath an overhang. I got it from about... I got to get uphill from you. It's about...
Yeah.
That's good.
Circle.
A third of a meter under an overhang. And it's the upper 3 centimeters of soil. And it's back 496. Now let me get one out away from the overhang a little bit.
Okay, you think that's permanent shadow?
And it went away from... No, it's east. It's facing east.
Okay.
Okay, and a sample down to a depth of about 5 centimeters, about 2/3 of a meter from the boulder. The south side is in 497.
Copy that.
Now let me get a skim sample, Gino. Okay. I gotta take a set of pictures after that, by the way. Show where they are. I can piece them into my flight line stereo. Okay, they were in both of the before pictures on those rocks. Okay, about a centimeter deep skim. Careful. You're in a hole. You better come out. Yeah. Boy, that's hard on the hand, even in 160. Okay. And that was... Okay. You know, I didn't park that rover at a very good spot for them to watch what's going on, I guess, but that was the heading. We just shoot, they're missing all of it. We didn't work in the right spot, that's all.
Every now and then we get a peek at you guys, but only every now and then.
Okay, Sorry, Bob. Oh, wait a minute. You know, that's the way it happens.
Skim sample back number, please.
Okay, it's back on. Okay, Bob, I missed that. I didn't give it to you, but I think Now, the next bag I take out, you can check the nut. Well, wait a minute. I'll do it for you.
No, it's okay.
I'm almost
it's
positive it was 498.
Okay, we'll put that down.
Yeah, I did. I did too. Okay, Bob, looking at the block directly down sun, there are the light gray, or the gray matrix breccias seem to be fragments or slurring anyway within the white matrix breccias.
Okay,
Flight
copy that.
experience. Go ahead. Okay, if you look at the station
And I got a
timeline,
couple
we got about
pictures down
15
sun to
minutes
show that
left
texture.
of C
Okay, and
sampling,
one
which
thing we'd
includes
like to do would be to sample a variety of blocks in terms of looking at differences in the blocks from block to block.
We got about 28 minutes left, 29 minutes
Right,
left.
we're going to do that. We're going after a lighter colored block now. You going up there? Yeah.
Okay, and if you're going up to Mesquite, why don't we try and get the rake sample up there now when you finish these rocks?
Hey, Jack, don't come up here unless you bring the rake. It's a long trip. No sense coming up here twice. I can go get this sample. I'd get the rake if I were you. Don't walk back up twice. Well, I'm not sure they're going to gain anything by coming up to the top.
Flight experiment.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'd like to suggest when he gets back to the rover, do we get our perimeter reading there?
You're still on the talus.
Get the flight goes back there anyway.
Why?
Oh, we get a chance to
You
get
guys-
the reading before
Oh, well.
the end of the stop.
The rims of the small craters in the talus
Okay, he's on his way.
are softer than the normal terrain. My foot goes in maybe.
Okay, as long as
10
it's above the break in the
centimeters
slope,
where normally
Jack,
only
we don't
goes
have to
in
get
a
very
centimeter.
far up the slope.
Can we get a grab reading here?
It's been
That's right.
initiated. He just
And
needs
Jack,
to read
if
it
you're
out.
back at the rover, how about giving us a grav reading when you before you leave?
Because I'm late sampling, that's why, but I'll do it anyway.
Roger.
Okay, 670-155-201. 670-155-201.
Okay, copy that, Jack.
We got it.
Press on.
For example, in the movie Moontrap, we see the technique of forced perspective, which is known to everyone who's played with it on the beach.
Who likes to hold the sun?
Or the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Or similar things. This is forced perspective. For example, as if it was a car, and cans, from which water or something else spilled out. But in reality, the photographer is shooting small toy models. These models are placed on some plasterboard painted gray, to match the color of the asphalt.
Okay, Bob, I'm in another boulder up the slope here. It looks quite similar to what we just sampled, except there's a lot of flake fractures on it. Non-uniform, non-directional, but quite different, at least from that other rock in terms of its fracture patterns. The texture looks to be quite similar. Well, I'm glad I don't have to walk to the top of this thing. Hey, look, Gene, on these rake samples, there's just no point in carrying a rake all the way up here.
Negative, Jack.
Because
As
all
long
I
as
need
you're
was
above
a
the
break
break
in
and
slope.
as long as you're above the break and the slope, that's right.
Well, that's all right. It's being done, but let's watch those kind of calls, please. Yeah, they can't appreciate the toughness going up the slope, though. We can. We got to tell them that. Well, we did.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Don't go above just at the base of the break and the slope, Jack. Don't climb all the way up there with it.
Oh, relax. Okay, we're all set, Bob. No problem. Okay. We want to get away from that big rock because it's probably shitty. Hey, that's a different rock, Gene. Yeah, well, it looks like the same texture, but it's got that flaky effect.
As a result, when we shoot these models from a close distance, it creates the feeling that these are large cars. This is forced perspective.
They should have weathered these cars a little. They're brand new. By the way, when they filmed Alien, the director was credited for showing the commercial space tug Nostromo as an old rusty spaceship. It's the same thing here.
Yes, usually they weather the cars. There are special artists who paint them, simulate rust, and so on. For example, in our cinema, as a classic example of forced perspective, I can mention the 1939 movie The Golden Key, directed by Alexander Ptushkov. These small dolls, knee-high to Papa Carlo, are played by live actors of normal height. And to make them appear small, they were placed in the background. Here we see how this scene was shot. So, in the foreground, there's Papa Carlo in the staircase with real steps of normal height. Then there's a wall. In the wall, there's a hole, a cutout is made. And in the distance, on another staircase, there are actors. For them, the staircase is larger in size. The scale of the background in the drawing is also larger to match the drawing of the distant background. However, on closer inspection, one can see the boundary that separates the foreground film set from what is in the background.
The film quality wasn't very good back then. Nowadays, it's digital.
No, if you look, for example, I'll show you.
What I mean is that the boundary isn't very visible. For example, this is a really cool shot. I think viewers should re-watch this amazing movie. I remember two movies from the 30s. This one and The New Gulliver.
That's the same, also Ptushkov, 1935.
It's an amazing movie, considering that Hollywood can't offer us anything. There was Apollo. Hollywood still can't provide us with Artemis, so we'll watch our old movies.
Of course, on closer inspection, you can see some boundary there. But for those who don't know, they might watch for a long time and not notice anything.
I think those are realistic shots.
But the
pattern all over it. I'm going to get a stereo while I'm at it.
Experiments flight.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, you want to hold to the 2 plus 58 departure time here?
This ought to cover any samples I take off of that thing.
Stand by a second.
I'm going to get myself a zip of cold water. Yeah, we got to be 1,000,000 miles away from the lamp.
Possible to get an extension of 10 or 15 minutes flight?
Okay, this is a crystalline rock, Houston.
Not
It's
on
got
total
nice
EVA time.
white halos
I mean at the stop.
around the zap bits. The
Based on
zaps are not
straight lines you do.
dense black glass, but a dark greenish,
Right now we have to take it out of some other
very
stuff.
dark greenish gray. Are those halos or fragments? Oh, they're halos. Oh, well, there are fragments, I think, also. But right now it's it's fairly crystalline, but it is heterogeneous. Matter of fact, there's a big fragment of a porphyry caught up in this thing, I think. You get a locator by chance? I haven't done a thing. Okay, well, I want to start taking some, anyway, we got to get some of that. That's what I want. That's where I'm going right now. And there's a chunk there we can get. That's a big fragment within this crystalline rock. Take a picture of that. Inclusion. Take a picture of that, and then your locator, I'll get it. Go ahead, I got it.
The effect is stunning. As I'm watching, the effect is just stunning, how they pass by.
They so perfectly aligned those steps that you can't see the difference.
So, the filmmaking techniques used in the series Apollo 17.
This is a crystalline rock, Houston.
Not on
It's got
total
nice
EVA time.
white halos
I mean at the stop.
around the zap bits. The
Based on
zaps are not
straight lines you do.
dense black glass, but a dark greenish,
Right now we have to take it out of some other
very
stuff.
dark greenish gray. Are those halos or fragments? Oh, they're halos. Oh, well, there are fragments, I think, also. But right now it's fairly crystalline, but it is heterogeneous. Matter of fact, there's a big fragment of a porphyry caught up in this thing, I think. You get a locator by chance? I haven't done a thing. Okay, well, I want to start taking some, we got to get some of that. That's what I want. That's where I'm going right now. And there's a chunk there we can get. That's a big fragment within this crystalline rock. Take a picture of that. Inclusion. Take a picture of that, and then your locator, I'll get it. Go ahead, I got it.